Mic check one, mic check two. Is this mic on? Yeah, it's the one and only, your girl's favorite, DJ E Money. And you're listening to the Glow Game with Latrice, Mia, and Shanice. You know what that means?
Hey, it seems like it's been so long.
It has. Red.
I missed y'all. Hey.
Red and Blondie. All right.
All right.
Today.
Mia, what you said? I'm making a
Okay.
the
Were you
live.
frozen, Shanice?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because I'm like, she just looking.
Technical difficulties on this end.
It happens, especially when you take a week off. You know, it's like when you come back from work after a week off, you got mad emails. So, you know.
And trying to figure it out. Gotta see how it all work and all of that again. Absolutely. How y'all ladies been? Catch me up. Catch us all up.
Yes, since it's been I guess 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit quiet too on the group chat. But you know, I've been busy because I closed on my
hair. Popping bottles.
Yes.
The crowd back like
I just feel relieved. I feel even more relieved once I move and pack and decorate, etc.
Yes, yes. But the stressful part of it all, like, it's over. It's done. Now it's the fun part.
Yes. It was a journey, but I'm like, now I'm feeling like I want to get a new house, get a new number. I even want to I might change my name legally.
Not change your name legally.
I'm changing my name. Shit. Because there's a lot of clowns coming up in the woodworks. Like, yeah.
What you gonna change your name to?
Girl, I don't know.
She
I gotta think about it. Because I'm gonna change the first name and I'm gonna change my last name too.
Not you changing your oh, bitch, we gotta talk.
Okay, she's feeling real brand new.
You're doing a lot.
Yeah, all the way up.
Wouldn't be me if I wasn't doing the most.
That's a fact. That is a whole fucking fact.
Enough about me. What's going on with you guys?
Go ahead, Mia. Catch us up.
I had a little bit of a rough start to my week, so I don't know. But in the meantime, I did finish my program and I passed my class, and I'm about to take my state test. So that is exciting news.
We have a lot of like the crowd cheering, going wild in the background this week.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get my other streams of income up. So, you know, passing that class was the first step. And then, you know, we on our way. But like I said, this week started off a little bit rough. I had to hit up my therapist like, sis, I need to get in ASAP Rocky. So, yeah, it's a little bit.
Hey, James. Yes, FNF Millie, period.
Denise, how about you? How's
yours? I am like so proud of myself. I told y'all when I got this job, like when I first started off, it was kicking my ass. I've had a really good week this week, just figuring it out and getting it all together, and it's rolling.
Yes, Trump. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trumping real well. So I'm proud of myself in that aspect. But I gotta get on top of it so I can take my state exam as well. That is coming up next month. So
let's get it.
Fingers crossed for our additional streams of income coming through. We're gonna make this happen.
Period.
Amen.
So yeah, it's been a long but productive couple of weeks.
We love the productivity.
Yes.
All right, so y'all want to get straight into these hot topics?
So now that we all caught up, let's talk about these folks. Let's talk about it.
Who we talking about first? Let me look.
Our faves. I mean, I just feel like it's not no real relationship anyways. They just having fun, you know. He doing what he does best. He's diddying out here, but apparently Carisha deleted all of the pictures of her and Diddy off of her page after his birthday because his other girl, 50 Cent baby mom, posted him after Carisha bought him a fucking icy ass Cuban leak nameplate.
But he's single.
That's where women mess up. We get caught up.
But they go together. Real bad.
I do
get like your money, honey. Get your money.
She has him in a chokehold that we haven't really seen before. I will give her that. But he is still Diddy. And you knew who else was around and what was going on. And she thought she had a coveted spot. And he had to remind her real quick the next day. Like,
it was the fact that
but you can't get mad about other people giving him shout outs on his birthday. You with the family, like no when you shining, like you're the main, basically, is what I'm saying. So it's just like, even though he's single, he's giving you like main chick treatment. So why are you getting mad about somebody else posting? It's not like he posted her.
No, ma'am.
I wouldn't be mad. He's spending way too much money on her. What the fuck are you mad about?
She definitely don't have no right to be mad, but you know how women are. Like,
being mad and getting invested.
Once we invested to a certain extent, and that Cuban was, I'm invested to that extent. And then the next day, your next bitch, you ain't put her in line. Like,
let me get my 48 hours. Oh, it was just
too soon. It was too soon.
In my face.
I understood Carisha, but I probably wouldn't have deleted all the pics because that just make it too hot. Like, everybody can notice if you just had these yesterday and then there's nothing. Like, okay, what's really good?
You a city girl. You a city girl. You can't be giving press. You can't be giving press, Carisha.
Right. You gotta like. You know, it be times where you be like, okay, I gotta put my pride to the side, let this nigga know how I really feel. Then there's other times when it's, man, I can get a new one tomorrow. What Glorilla said? Like, yeah. Yeah, you gotta know when to fold that shit. But
she ain't getting no new Diddy tomorrow. Let's stop acting.
All right, she ain't gonna get a new Diddy. Damn, she can get a new nigga with a couple dollars.
Not no Diddy.
I'm just saying. I don't gotta be Diddy, but
Diddy fucking it up for everybody for her. Like, swear to God. Yeah,
who want to come in after Diddy though? Like, that's hard.
He
that's
definitely
hard.
filled up her hotel room or her house with roses. Like, that was like,
yeah, it was beautiful.
My bad, but she got to throw her temper tantrum. She's throwing her temper tantrum. She's young.
Yes. Mia, did you see if you were able to put that picture in here?
I'm looking for it right now, but y'all can go ahead as I'm trying to pull this up.
So, Shanice, since you're the one who told us about this, explain this with Nick Cannon.
Oh my gosh. So I'm just minding my good Black business, scrolling through Google, and National Geographic, you know, sometimes they have like news ticking through Google, and National Geographic says what they expect everyone to look like in 2050. And then when you clicked it, that was the picture that came up. Nick Cannon in different phases of life, different hairstyles. Like, yo, the way the comment was going in, 20 minutes later, I couldn't find it anymore. But you know, our screenshot game is up there. But somebody at National Geographic had too much time and was playing
out of line
too damn much the other day.
Yeah, it was funny, though. A little bit tasteless, but it's funny.
I mean, the way he's populating the earth, you know, I wouldn't. It's given his offspring is definitely gonna have a chokehold on a.
Yeah, he's leaving a legacy. He's definitely leaving a legacy for sure.
12 kids and counting. He's trying to beat the Duggars out here. So.
What is he on 13? 12 and 13? They pregnant at the same time?
No, it's 12. It's 11 and 12.
Pregnant at the same time. Oh, 11, 12 is pregnant at the same time.
Yeah.
I've been
Who's
lost
the
count.
Both
who's
of the
the woman
women
that
who
has
are
like
pregnant-
10, 11 kids?
Kiki Wyatt.
Oh yeah,
No,
she got like 12.
yes, right, and yeah, they populate in the earth.
They're gonna make sure we around forever.
Yes. Leaving the legacy behind. I'm here for it.
We don't
Like I think it's wild,
too many
even
humans
though
on this
you
earth.
know what you're getting into, to be pregnant at the same time as another woman that he's actively dealing with is crazy, because if both of us got cravings, which one of us you bringing something to? Like,
I'm an Instacart you, babe. I'm a Uber Eats you what you need.
No,
It's
I
ways
got
around it.
this. 1 week you get Nick, the next week you get the assistant, and they swap. Like his assistants are assigned to each baby mama. Like that's that's the solution. I think it is. Like he just assigns them.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I
it's
guess
a
he
lot.
gotta do what he gotta do. Yeah. What if we both went to labor at the same time? Like, what are you doing? Which one, Nick? You better be here for my child's birth.
He's
Like,
gonna probably go with whoever's he's closest to in
Or
proximity.
whoever is the easiest, like the one that
Miles
won't let
wise.
that one.
Or
will-
maybe it's whichever one got the best pussy. Who knows?
bitch. This is his second kid with both of them. So I think they run into school, bitch. I don't know.
Now which one got the best pussy, because he got 12 to choose through. 8 or 9, however many he got. I just thought,
like 6 baby moms.
yeah, it was
6 women.
Yeah, because a couple of them is, like I said, runbacks. These 2 women that's pregnant, one is having she had twins by him. Now she having another one. The other one had the baby that passed, and now she's having another one. So it's
Yeah, I
runbacks.
can't believe you really keeping up with this. You have this like written down in a note.
Because what happened was, I was considering if I could be number 7. Like, it's giving what it's supposed to give. Like,
I think you're light enough.
he definitely like him a little light. But yeah, it's, they kids are set. They got a big ass family. I always wanted a big ass family. I'm just saying, I'm considering this. I'm just keeping up.
not you want to be part of the clan. Girl, sit down. That is
All right.
That is hilarious. Yeah, so just slow down, Nick. Just slow down.
Never happening.
No, I don't think so. And I found it funny that they were saying that he pays almost $3 million in child support, and he came back and was like, actually it's more than that. Like, I have your numbers wrong. And I'm like,
Annually?
okay, Nick. Yeah, annually.
Annually? God.
Yes.
No, that would be
that's
enough for me to stop. If I was him, I would be all set. No thanks.
Yeah. But speaking of things that need to stop, and hopefully the universe is giving her an out, Krishan and Blueface. So Blueface was recently arrested for attempted murder for something that happened back in October.
She gonna stick beside him.
She's definitely sticking beside him.
She's gonna be at every jail visit, every court case. Yeah, she gonna stick beside him. I don't think that's gonna get her away from him. But he's only 25, so that's wild if he actually is convicted of these charges, because attempted murder is like 25 to life.
Yeah.
So
they released a video that's supposedly of what happened back in October, where he shot into a vehicle, and that's the attempted murder charge. But they're saying it looks like self-defense, so he might be able to get off.
I started watching the beginning of it, and then I got distracted. Did it show like the shootout?
No.
So what they're saying happened is somebody in his entourage and the guy who pulled up in the car the attempted murder is on, they got into it. It was some words exchanged, whatever. So then that dude went and got in his car and then pulled up on them. So yeah, if you pull up on me on the slow road, I'm about to think that I need to defend myself.
In danger. So he might be able to get off, but She definitely started. Krishan started posting, "Daddy, this was 3 hours before they arrested you," and like a video,
Yes.
like
That's so weird. Do y'all be calling y'all dudes daddy?
I can't even do
Only
it.
when we having sex. That's
Even
it.
then, it's giving gross like daddy.
Girl, I
You
love
know,
it.
I
love
just
it.
said it right now.
talking
I got
about?
like the icks.
You cringe, right? It's like a little bit you cringe. Daddy. You know?
Yeah, hold on, let me see. Let me try it. Daddy. No, I don't like
Do
it.
it one more time, a little more sexy. Do it one more time.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You gotta say daddy spit in my mouth.
Y'all embarrassing me right now.
What you gotta say, Mia?
Say daddy spit in my mouth, but make it sexy. Go ahead. This your second
Okay.
try. Go ahead.
I can't.
You're aggy as fuck,
I
girl.
can't even bring myself to do it. Like, oh, ew.
Yeah, no, not daddy. It's not giving.
No, it's not giving at all. I can't do it.
But hopefully Blueface, gets off of these charges. I mean, the dude was tweeting right after it happened. Like,
Yeah.
oh, nah, Blueface just shot at me an hour ago. So
Oh my gosh.
everything is for social media. I really hate it here. Like, can we go back to a time where all we had was Black Planet and we couldn't even update it that
Right.
often? 'Cause
Yeah.
I-
I keep hoping for her to be delivered, and she don't want to be. So now I don't have the girl. All right, at this point.
Yeah, I don't even really follow them like that no more. I'm over it.
hurt.
And that's terrible, because if something ever happens, it's really like, I feel like that's the consensus with everyone. Like, they're really over their toxicity. Like, toxic is going out for 23. Like 2023, toxic relationships and all of that. It's no longer entertaining.
Right.
Really?
Move it along.
Okay.
We'll all be kind of watching, I feel like always. Of course, we get pulled into the drama, but at some point it just kind of becomes like, all right, y'all doing too much. This is for TV. I don't know. It just didn't keep my attention for too long. I was kind of over them. So our next hot topic is really a sad one. The young lady from Charlotte, North Carolina, Shanquella Robinson, went on vacation with like 5 or 6 friends to Mexico, and the friends came back to the States without her, said that she passed away from alcohol poisoning. But a video has surfaced that showed her fighting one of these friends. Literally, she's not even fighting back.
I was gonna say she wasn't fighting, she was getting beat up because she never hit her back.
Never. And so, of course, now, it looks like foul play, and the family wants answers, and it's just in an uproar for justice for her, because what really happened?
The crazy thing is, because it happened in another country, I feel like it's gonna be such an uphill battle for her family to get justice, because, like, first of all, everybody back home, they were at an Airbnb, so it's just like, so much of the evidence and all of that stuff is already gone. And you think they about to snitch if they call her family and told her that she died of alcohol poisoning, but then the autopsy is saying something different. They're sticking to their story. They're not about to snitch on each other. So I hate that for her family. Like, I feel like it's not really gonna be no justice unless it's some street justice and her family pull up on them or something. But I don't see it happening through the courts.
Yeah, me either.
Especially where it happened at. That's the issue.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The maid found her. Like, the friends just left her there, and the maid found her.
That's what. There's a boy, one of the guys, I guess, that was there. I saw a video of him going live, and that's what he said. He said he came back to the Airbnb and he was like talking to her, and she, was going in and out of like consciousness and everything like that, but she was still alive. And then I guess she died later on. He said the maid found her slumped over the toilet.
And at no point no one thought to call 911 or any type of help, get her any type of help, which leads to the point of, who are you? I feel like it was just one of those trips where they wanted the Airbnb to be cheaper or everything to be cheaper, so they just was inviting her or inviting people to come, because there's no way like they even cared about her in the slightest bit, because she wasn't fighting back. Nobody tried to break it up. Nobody, and she was naked. Like they were beating on her. I thought it was a flesh colored like bodysuit or something. No, she was naked during that fight, and no one tried to do anything.
Oh wow, I didn't realize she was naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
So it's like y'all bust in her room to beat on her, and then y'all left her. No one tried to stop it, and y'all just yell and fight back. It's just unfortunate because she was a young lady, someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's friend, you know, so it's really sad.
Yeah.
Travel with the people you've been traveling with.
Watch who you travel with. That's all I can say. Only go out of town with true friends.
For real.
Well, let's introduce our special guest, Mr. Brandon Jones. Welcome to the Glow Gang.
Welcome,
Thank you for having me. What's going on?
What's up? Brandon is my gym trainer, amongst many, many things that he does.
Okay, shout out to the trainer.
Appreciate it.
Can I just say that
I'm making excuses about everything what I can't do, huh?
I've known Brandon for years, so y'all can stop with that. I was a teacher assistant because we went to school together, so that just goes to show
25 school,
all the way to elementary.
You was a teacher assistant in elementary.
I was about to say, yeah, you was a teacher assistant in high school though.
Yeah, now she was elementary too.
She looked grown. She looked grown elementary too, Brandon.
She was just as tall as other teachers. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do me like that, B.
No, I mean, she was tall.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm weak. So before we get into the actual
live,
we're gonna do our this or that.
Okay, Brandon, did you share the live, Brandon?
Yeah, I thought I did.
I just was asking. Okay, so we're gonna get into our this or that segment before we actually get into the show. So we'll, all go around round robin and tell which one we pick. There's no maybe this or that or trying to change it. Just pick this or that.
Okay.
All right. Sex with the lights on or off?
I'm first.
You could go first.
All right. Oh man, I'm on. Yeah.
Robin. Okay.
All right.
Off.
Yeah, I'm a real visual person, so yeah, on.
Off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with off. It's just weird, like porno when it's all bright as shit. Like you can have something dim on, but I don't want the bright lights. It's giving I'm getting a pap smear or something or yeah. It's just too bright. I don't want it.
Yeah. Well, y'all know me. I'm legally blind in the dark, so lights on for me. Let me see. I need to see what's going on here because, when the lights is off, shit gets a little. When the lights is off, I really have to tap into my other senses when I'm having sex.
All you need to do is just make it more fun.
It does, but I still would prefer the lights on. I mean, it could go down either way, but yeah, lights on.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Oh, easy. Chris, all day.
Okay. Trees?
Christmas. Yeah, I can't really eat that much anymore. And then my sister just, she's the Christmas queen, so she just makes Christmas the bomb for everybody in the family. So definitely Christmas.
I'm gonna go with neither. I don't care about these man-made holidays. All I care about is birthdays. So.
Oh, you woke now, Mia? You woke?
Here you go with changing the rules. It's this or that, not neither. You pick one.
She always do this.
Always.
You gotta have a little of a preference.
I guess if I gotta pick one, I'm gonna say Thanksgiving, just because I could be gluttonous and it's not frowned upon.
Okay,
fair enough.
Well, mine is Thanksgiving, only because it's your family. It's not about gifts and all, just really enjoying your family. Not really the traditional Thanksgiving, but just the actual gathering of family and what you're thankful for and the food, like the food. I'm all about the food.
The food. Can you ship me some Black Eyed Peas? Because I don't even like Black Eyed Peas, but yours was really the bomb.
You gotta wait for New Year's. You gotta wait for New Year's for the Black Eyed Peas.
No, because I need a lesson. I tried to make it one time. That shit was not given. So it was like, oh, this shit in the garbage. You failed.
Oh, but wait. Shh, I don't know how to cook.
Oh, who said that? Tell these mad assholes to stop playing. Definitely know how to cook, and them Black Eyed Peas was like that. And
Are you saying that because you don't want to cook, or somebody said that you can't cook?
Both, my guy. All right, we got Fab or Jada.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That's unfair.
That is definitely not fair. Them two are my favorite. Jada.
I'm going with Fab. That's
Really
my guy. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going with Fab too, even though his actions of late making me rethink it. But I'm going with Fab.
Yeah, I know that what threw him off for me. That's why I would have, but he been wilding, so I'm gonna have to Jada by default. Jada by
default. And then the two, and then the three, and then the 4. That shit is still fire. I'm just saying.
I was just listening to Bree like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I feel like you played that while we was working out before.
Yeah, you could have ready to give up, and then you hear that breathe, you be like, "Fuck it." And then the 2 when you can get through that shit.
But then on the flip side, I always followed up with "We gonna make it" or something like that. So it's
yeah. We gonna make it. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, drama-free relationship or a little spicy breakup to makeup situation.
Drama-free, preferably. Yeah.
Not the side.
The makeup to breakup is not me. Like when we break up, it's over. There ain't no coming back.
Oh, hey, you better talk.
Okay. Not with that toxic shit.
Nah, it's over.
Ain't no back and forth.
Yeah, if you gotta think about it, I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah. I like that. You gotta think about it. I'm gonna help you out. Okay. Okay. Trees, F and F Millie.
Drama free 2023. Drama free 2023.
Okay. Oh, fucking okay.
Wow, y'all trying me right now.
She said 2023. She got.
I didn't let her finish.
A month and a half. Yeah, she got a month and a half.
Okay. You know, I like not break up the makeup, but I definitely like makeup sex. So I need a little. Let's argue a little bit. I might push the button just a little. Yeah, just a little motherfucking bit. Yeah. So I like a little bit of toxicity, just like minimal.
Okay. I'm gonna go with drama free.
You lying.
Exactly. You can't even say that shit with a straight face, B.
Why are y'all cap a lot right now?
Why couldn't I say that like for real? Drama free 2023. Like drama free
next year.
That's the campaign.
I don't be wanting that back and forth
but it's
shit,
still
but maybe I'm a Gemini.
Right now. It's 2022 right now. So you toxic for the rest of 2022?
I'm toxic. Yeah.
I already stopped being toxic.
Oh man.
Don't y'all like when you argue with him a little bit, and then when y'all fucking, you be like, "Oh, you put me in my place." Okay, like
I'm sorry, babe. I'm not gonna do it no more.
Right. If you don't have the toxic, you don't get that moment. So
I still.
I mean, as long as we ain't break up, then yeah.
It's more like that. You talk that
we have a little argument, disagreement, or something like that. But yeah, then yeah, I'll get you on that.
Yeah,
we really got a comment. Sex is not an apology, but I'm gonna bend that ass over though.
Period. Like you gotta toot that thing up. I ain't mad no more, babe.
Yes, Tori. Yes.
Yeah. See, my toxic trait is I'm still even after I'm still talking shit. So I gotta work on it. 2023.
That's pointless.
Wait a minute. Wait. You don't give it.
You're not giving up the buns.
No, I mean I do, but I still have I'm still toxic.
Oh, you don't be like want to make
After.
you don't want to make tacos after.
Look, that's what
Man.
makes you look.
That's tough right there.
Not until I'm over it. Not until I am over it.
I'll be over it soon as
Girl.
you get in. I'm about to. You want some tacos?
Yes, after a great session, you really need to get in line. Like you
What
really
you
need to get in
do?
line.
Let me rub your hair. Let me play your waves. You want to put your do-rag on? What do you need, baby? I love it here. So yeah.
20 drama-free 2023. I'm working on me.
Shanice is a Cancer. James asked, "What sign are you?" She is a fucking Cancer. So really, she be doing this tough shit, but in her head, she be crying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, when we're mad, we mad though. Like, we in love 98% of the time. But that 2%, once you hit that 2%, it's rough. It's let me tell you.
It's hard to get out. It's hard to get back in.
It's hard. It's hard. But you know, you got to do a lot to get us there.
Okay.
That's all. So that was this or that. Good job, Brandon.
Thank you.
He followed directions, unlike someone else.
I do what I want.
James said he'll stay away from a Cancer. Why? James is an Aquarius.
Oh, my baby in Aquarius.
I don't know nothing about that stuff, so I can't.
Yeah,
all I can say is if you ain't had a Cancer, you missing out, and if you don't get a Cancer, you missed out. So,
okay.
Take that however you want to, James.
Keep the tissues on deck for him.
Not the tissues.
Because the tears are coming.
Hey yo, I gotta start crying. No, I done stop crying. I don't gotta stop. I don't gotta bring that. Never mind.
Yes, don't say that.
Be on my bully. I gotta be on my bully. All right, so straight into tonight's topic. It's get in your bag, stay in your bag.
Which is a good one.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, Brandon, do you want to tell us how many sources of income you have since we're talking multiple streams?
Sure. You know, my brother just reminded me last night, I think it's 7. So I work in supply chain management. I've been doing that for 20 years, started off in Xerox. I'm also an author, so I wrote a couple books like these right here.
Okay, which they can find where?
On www.theprolificlifestyle.com.
Period.
Shout it out.
Yeah, and if you go to my IG, TZOJ_ built different, it's in the link. So you can just click on that and you'll come across. I've actually 3 books, and I'm actually about to release another one top of 2023. In addition to that, like Latrice said, I do personal training. In addition to personal training, I deal with the youth. I do youth sports, youth reffing, youth performance training as well with them. Let's see, I own 4 vending machines. So I got the vending machines, also do consulting with the vending machines. Trying to think of something else I do.
In the comments.
Shirts. So like I make shirts. I have my own line for the Prolific Lifestyle, but also make custom designs for an array of people. You know, I got schools. I have a ton of schools actually, like in the Charlotte area. I have people that hit me up from Houston, Miami, all type of things like that. Do some website building.
God damn.
And I also started I just got the paperwork for my trucking. So I have a little trucking company. So I'm actually going to look for a truck. So I'm going to have that going on as well. And that is it as of right now. I got a couple other things, but I haven't started them, but that's my main thing right now.
That's a lot.
God damn. First of all, in the comments, they want to know what your books are about. I know one of them is a poetry book, right?
All right. Yeah. So all right. So I got 2 right here. So this is Insatiable, right? Insatiable is poems and short stories. This book I came about because I had friends who couldn't talk to girls, which was like crazy to me. But so what I did, I started writing them like little poems and stuff for them to say to the girls. And then
Not
from
sure
that,
was out here being the Tinder swindler,
oh,
giving people stuff to say to women, and then when
I,
they can't live up to that.
yeah, so like I used to just like my mom used to always say, pay attention to the little things. Everybody know the big things that people like. So I'm like, pay attention to the little stuff she like. I'm like, she'll remember that much more. Like it's cool
Right.
to know she like Louis, this, that, and the third, but to know she like mayonnaise and onions on her sub, or she don't like pickles or whatever, or her favorite chip is salt and vinegar, things of that nature. So I would do that, and then I would I would ask him to tell me a couple of things about her. And then I'll put together like a 1-2 page little poem, and I, send them on their way. So
Aw.
That is crazy.
yeah,
That's
so
so wild, but I love it.
yeah, I try to be selfish. I try to help my people out as much as I can in all facets. So
Even
so what
when
I
you
did, so I got the idea. And you know what? I'm about to put together a book, and I'm just going to talk about a lot of stuff that people aren't comfortable talking about. So I mean, I talk about everything from that love at first sight thing to just being in lust, people confusing it with love. People being in love, the love in the club. You in the club, have a couple drinks, like you see the person for all night, and you
Mm.
act on their poster. So I took those real life situations from my friends, just things I've seen, and I put it into a poetic format, and also a couple of short stories. So that's this one. That's insatiable, and it's also another play on that is that to me the best thing that you can do, and whenever you encounter a person in an experience, you want to give them an insatiable experience. So you want them to let them know, like, I can't get enough of you. And I believe that so many people are selfish. I had some friends, we talked about sex, and like, man, I just got mine. I said, bro, like, that's not the way to go about it. You gotta, if you put all your energy in pleasing her, yours gonna come back tenfold. So that's how I got insatiable, right? This book right here is a poem, acronym, Poem of My Emotions. As a lot of my friends, they didn't think I had emotions because I was very analytical and not emotional. So this book is just to talk about the things that I've endured from birth up until that current place in my life. Just to let them know that I've endured and went through a lot of stuff, but it's really not how things happen to you, it's how you handle them. So I always take it like learning lessons. So this also is poems and short stories. And my other book is going to be strictly strictly short stories. That one is called Deep, and that one's just like a real passionate, hot and heavy, sultry book that just talks about a lot of situations, I should say.
Okay.
And so that's going to come out the first quarter of 2023.
Nice.
Yes, my book should be coming out as well in the beginning of the year. Hopefully, it's in final editing. I'm writing a book about my eye condition, and I can't wait. It's been in the works for a couple of years now.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Now, with all the multiple streams of income that you have going on, would you say, your professional opinion, that more than one income is necessary right now? Is that a necessity?
Definitely, without a doubt. If COVID didn't show us, the prior recession didn't show us, I don't know what will. It comes because that shows you at the blink of an eye, everything can be gone that you depended on, that 9 to 5 job. Like most people say, work, retire, whatever the case may be, but you can give all your all, but in a second, you've been good to us, Brandon, but we cutting back. And I had one boss, as Zeraxu said, so remember this: when it comes to your superiors, it's you and them as to as you or them. And he's like, never take it personal. It's always business. So he's like, that's why I never decorate my cubicle, never decorate this. He said, because in the blink of an eye, I can got employee of the year on Monday, but Tuesday, if they're looking at cuts and it's me or such and such, we could be gone. And you always got to be ready to pivot too. So it's all like I kind of treat it like a portfolio. You know how you tell you to diversify your funds. I think it's key to diversify your streams of income, because if you have a job and a couple side hustles, say your job have layoffs, you may not be having all the money that you was making, but you got something coming in that sustain you. So at any given moment, something could be up, something could be down, but at all times, something is coming in. So it's definitely a security blanket, and it gives me a peace of mind, period. So like if I'm on a job, like I'm my 9 to 5, and something happens, I don't like it, I'll leave. I'll just quit my job, because stress free, I got other ways to bring my money in. So it helps work is a lot easier when money isn't an issue. You know, I found that when I was working, you know, these 50, 60 hours a week, not taking days off and, you know, covering shifts with people. And I got laid off that first time as zero. I was like, I gave y'all 5, 6 years and y'all laid me off. I just got, you know, this award, that award. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
severance package out the door. I'm like, man, I've been sacrificing trips. I'm not canceling my Vegas. I was livid. And
Right.
my dad was like, because you depending on somebody else to feed you.
Yeah, I think that once that kind of happened to me, I was at Verizon for like 9 years. And after, I got let go from that job, my mentality towards the corporate world shifted so much. And it was just like, I'm going to work multiple jobs. I'm going to never get too comfortable and I'm not going to be stressed out at these jobs either, because if you let me go at one, I'm going to have another one and I'm going to have other stuff going on so that I'm not stressed.
Right.
Like when you don't just have one job, it literally takes the stress off of you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. And I always tell people, like, when people at my job be like, "Oh, I don't got no more PTO." So the fuck what? If I
Right,
want to take off of work, I'm gonna take off, whether you pay me or you don't. Guess
right,
what? If that happens to me tomorrow, y'all gonna post my job the same day. If
that's
you
Mhm.
a fact.
tired of me, you gonna post my job the same day. So guess what? When I need a day off, I'm taking that shit off the same
That's a fact.
motherfucking day. I don't care how y'all feel. This company will survive with or
Make it
without.
work. Tell
So
them make it work.
that's what I make it enough. You don't
Make it
got enough
work.
workers, make it a fuck enough. Cause I'm not with it. Straight up, I
Right.
don't never stress about PTO. Fuck it.
I got as many days as I need. I don't care what
Period.
you
Some of them gonna be paid, some of them not. But I'm not coming
right.
in. Don't even trip.
That's a fact. I remember when our IT guy, unfortunately, he passed away suddenly after Thanksgiving. And Monday morning, they made the announcement, yeah, Bradley passed away. I kid you not. Lunchtime, that job posted.
Mm.
Period. The world doesn't stop because
The
of
world
corporate
don't stop.
stuff.
The world don't stop. I tell people, man, get out your feelings and get in the bag. Like, get all this personal feelings and all your emotions out. Hey, you got to be able to pivot. Next thing, okay, cool. I'm like, and a lot of people let jobs keep them hostage and slaves, and you
Right.
stressed out. And then I learned, honestly, I was the number one worker. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I realized like all this great stuff I'm doing, I'm taking on all these extra jobs, stressing myself out. Joe Smo over here who bullshitting, they
Getting
kept
paid
him and
shit.
they got rid of me. Now I'm good.
Wow.
Now, I mean, and then if you like start reading all these books, like I've reading the 4 Hour Work Week, things of that nature, and they just harp on like, you know, these jobs, like everything is taught. We're taught to work for people and do all these great things when really our ROI is horrible. You put in this amount, think about the amount of time in school you put in. A lot of people go 150,000, $20,000 in debt to get to make 50, $60,000 on average. You know what I'm saying? And then they hold up over you this little carrot. Well, if you don't do this, we're gonna fire you and you're gonna be unemployed.
Right.
When really, like, if I tell people, like, look at it this way: if they can give you $50,000 a year, how much are they really making off of you? Think about it.
Right. At least 4 times more, I'm sure.
It's eight times more on average. So,
Wow.
and then I think myself, you've been doing this for 15 years. Why not branch out and do your own little thing? Like, you know, it's a lot of people out in the supply chain industry that I work with, and I'm like, man, we've been dispatched, we've been doing all this stuff, clearing loads. Like, why don't we do this on our own? And then we see the amount of money they're making per shipment. Like, yo, just do this on your own. But we get caught up in the
The
journey.
security.
Man, you gotta look at the destination. So I
Right.
got like about 5 or 6 friends. We branched out. I mean, they're making 3, 4 times what we were making in that industry, and making your own schedule and taking vacation when you want. I don't feel like
Right.
going there. Cool, and it works out that way.
So
Yeah.
the vending machines, Brandon, I know
Yeah.
I had ordered, I think Shanice, you ordered it too. We ordered the vending machine book. Tell us a little bit more about that. How long have you been doing that for?
Oh, all right. So the vending machines, I've been doing that for about 7 months now.
Okay.
And that was during COVID. You know, I'm training, I'm thinking of other ways to do stuff, and I'm again watching these videos, watching these, entrepreneurs, And the main thing that I was thinking about, like that everybody harped on, is passive income. So a lot of my streams of income will require me to be physically there for me to generate funds.
Yeah.
And then one guy was like, "But you kind of handicap yourself because if you're not there, no money can be made. You got to focus on passive income." So I'm like, "Yo, right?" Because I'm like, physically I'm cool, but mentally it gets draining. So I'm like, I start Googling passive income ideas. And I'm looking at the stuff. I'm like, vending machines. Like, yo, that is a great idea. And I did my little research. I said, fuck it. I'm thinking about the money about buying. And I'm like, nigga, in a weekend we go out and party. And I done spent that 5 times over.
Mm-hmm.
Bought one, talked to a couple people. Like, yeah, we have one and put it in there. And it's not a get rich quick thing, but just to think about it this way. I fill up a machine, it takes me 30 minutes. A month later, I got in profit about $300-400 for 30 minutes. And if you replicate that 10, 20 times over, eventually, you can kind of quit and not do nothing. And then a span of a day, you probably spend 3 hours, but you could potentially have 10, 15,000 for 3 hours in a month. So it was a no-brainer to me. So what I did was I started off small with a smaller company, just because of my research. Like, you gotta be careful not to bite off too much, more than you can chew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in the company now, I did it, and I don't have to be there 5-6 times a day, because some people I've read, like, I didn't realize it was this demanding. So I got in a smaller location, and it's perfect for me right now because I do so many things.
Right.
So right now it's easy money. Like, for a prime example, Latrice, I get off of work at 5. I stop by. I got all my vending machines en route to my gym.
Smart.
I stop at 1, and I go through 3, and I still make it to the gym by 6. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's with going through traffic, stopping the machines, taking out the money, filling them up, and boom. To me, it's a no-brainer, and it's something good. And I thought about something like for my soon-to-be son. That's something that he can do and he can have, and it gives him a business mindset, because
Early, yeah.
when we all grew up telling we got to go to college, we got to do this. No, you don't. I want him to have options. So when he get out of school, when he graduate high school, Dad, I want to start my own business. Cool. You've learned some sort of business model all these years, so it's ingrained in you, and you don't have to follow the status quo of what everybody tell you to do.
Right.
So then that's one of the reasons I got it. And it's just easy.
And that's pretty much passive income. And passive income is the key when you're building your multiple streams of income. Like, at least 2 or 3 of them need to be passive, because you're going to spread yourself real thin if you have to physically be there for every job.
Right.
So that's the key. Like, that's how millionaires do it. Most millionaires on average have like 3 to 5 or more streams of income. But most of that shit is passive. They invested in something, or their name is just on something. So, like,
or they're getting royalties.
Right. So that's
premiums.
And the most important thing that they all say, and we all, and that's kind of to allude to what you were saying. Like, I had to be physically everywhere. So think about it like this way. And I had to break it down to somebody. I was like, I'm up at 5 o'clock. Well, I'm up at 4. I got a 5 o'clock training system, training from 5 to 7. I go home, change, go to work. I'm at work from 8 to 5. I get out of work. I gotta go train from 6 to 8. I get out of work at 8. I'm making shirt orders from 8 to 11. I ain't eat yet. We ain't talking about nothing else. Mm-hmm. And I was doing that for 3 years on the time. Now the money was good, but
your relationship had to suffer.
Yeah, my wife. Yo, nigga, you doing? Think about. I said, baby, I just bought this. We just bought this. We're on a trip. She said, yeah, nigga, but you're never here.
Yeah.
But, and it took me a minute. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I mean, the money cool, but at what expense? So I had to, take a step back and think of things that I can do. So the vending machine was the first step. The next step is going to be the trucking. So I do all that. And the main thing that a lot of these rich people say is that it's not that everybody want to be rich. People want to live like the rich. So kind of like you said, when I want time off, I want time off.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to ask a person, do I want to be a multimillionaire, but I got a 100-hour work week, or do I want to make $150,000 a year, but I can go and come as I please. I can work 10 hours a week and make $150,000. I guarantee you, most people are gonna say, "Give me that 150,000 because it's stress free."
Right.
So that's my main focal point now. And the little saying they always say, you automate and scale. You know, a lot of people like to be in the day to day. You automate the system, simplify it, give it to other people, empower them to do it, and you go about your business. You pay them a certain fee, and go about your business, and it's cool. So that's my next course of action I'm doing now. So I'm gonna start that with the trucking and everything.
So you're just gonna kind of work it on the back end, but have other people actually physically doing the driving and all of that stuff. It's
You
just
said it, I didn't, but that's a fact.
One of the things for our listeners or even our viewers, right? They've been in a 9 to 5. That's kind of what, they clock in, clock out. That's all they know, but they're kind of getting drained, and the pandemic and all of that may have had them thinking differently, but they're scared. I know a lot of people are like, man, I don't know where to start. I don't know what I should do. What would you suggest to someone who may be thinking about starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur when all they've known is a 9 to 5?
First, what I would tell them to do, I would have you. I'll say, okay, look, write down 5. If you had all the money in the world, money wasn't a problem, what would you do to make you happy and pass time by? And I said, write them down in order as far as preference, 1 through 5. And that's where you'll start. If you say, you know what, I don't know, I just like shopping. You can be a stylist, you can. We have to look at those things, and we have to do a little bit of research, and it's going to be scary. Every day I wake up, certain things. It's a little nervousness in there, but that just means you're alive and you're doing something right. So I would say, bro, of those 5 things that you like doing, if money wasn't an option, you explore those as far as profitable streams of income. And it sounds crazy, but you can write down anything. There's a way to make money off of it. Period.
Yeah.
right.
Period. And it's okay to be scared, but then you got to have faith in your abilities. And to me, there's no such thing as failure. Trust me. In this journey, I done lost tens of thousands of dollars. But it happens. But at least I know now. I took it as a learning lesson.
Right.
If you don't mess up, you're not trying. So.
Right.
Yeah, Tori said in the comments, you can't be afraid of taking a risk or you're going to forever be stagnant.
That's a fact. The worst to me, my personal biggest fear is the unknown. Meaning, if I never did it, I don't know what could have been. So that's the biggest fear. I've had people who they had ideas. I'm like, man, look, all right, let's put that in motion. Let's get an LLC. Let's do that. And I kid you not. Next thing we see something similar to what they talked about as an invention, and it got sold for $8 million or $20 million. I'm like, yo, didn't we just talk about that probably like 3 years ago? Oh man, I said, yo, you got that right there was your retirement plan. So it's okay to be scared, but you got to take risks. You have to, but of course, don't do nothing crazy. So you have to look at, okay, can I afford to lose this $1,000?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And that's why I looked at it. So when I got my little severance package, or I got made a hell of a lot of money in one area, I'm gonna take my little money that I'm gonna reinvest a portion into it, and then my profit, I'm gonna take that and I'm about to branch out and do it. If I lose it, whatever, cool.
Right.
But there's always lessons to be learned in that situation. So even with my books, I was trying to go through Barnes and Noble on Amazon. To be honest, they wanted to charge more than I wanted to charge for my books. They wanted to charge me a fee. I'm like, man, I could do this myself. Now, all I had to do is give them my book, and they'll print on demand. It'll cost me nothing. But if I took my own money and I paid for the publishing, I did everything on my own, I got to come out money in my pocket. And I lost money the first time doing it, but I learned the process. So the next time I go over it, I'm better at it. So I never took it as a loss. It's always a lesson.
So take that first step.
You got to. Once you take that first step, it's like with most things in life. You be nervous to do it. Then once you do it, it wasn't that bad. And then you just keep going from there. And then if you make a mistake, you look at, okay, what could I have done better? What did I do? But you gotta do pros and cons. What did I do good? First, I started. I did this, that, and the third. So you got to write that down first. I started, and that's a positive reinforcement. And then like, well, no, I spent this, but I didn't make the money I thought that I was gonna make on it. Okay, what is with marketing? What is it? So then once you find out what you weren't good at, can I be better at that, or should I hire somebody else to do that, or ask or seek help for that? And once you get into that mindset, you halfway there. Other than that, it's just being patient. And a lot of people understand it's not a microwave situation. So, like, a lot of people think they'll see people online, man, they went from this to $10 million. It ain't happen overnight. They formed it and cut it and made it look like that. It didn't happen overnight. So as long as you don't worry about everything else, you keep focused, you'll be all right. And then you have the right people around you as positive reinforcements and encouragers. And honestly, that a little bit of free labor. Because if I'm your friend, I'm gonna help you market that shirt. I'm gonna help you go to a pop-up. I'm gonna help you do this, that, and the third. And to be quite honest, those where you'll find who your real friends are. Because so like when I had stuff, yeah, man, we're gonna do this. We all broke. All right, bro, I'm gonna do this, and this. Man, I went from having 80, 90 friends want to support me. I got 10.
But those 10 is putting in the work with you though.
Right. But then now when we out and about in the party, in the club, yo, bro, oh nah, you want with me in them trenches, right? We cannot do that. Nah. So I mean, but having a good support system and people to be honest with you. I mean, like you have to be receptive to the criticism. So even like when I was writing my books and doing stuff, I mean, I read that over. I mean, it's cool. I have a paid editor. I didn't go that route. I wanted people who I was targeting to read it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, what you think? That's nice, but it's a little bit too long. Or it's nice, a little bit too short. I didn't like the way you did this, that, and the third. But you can't take it as a personal slight to you. They're the consumer, so you take that as learning lessons. And a lot of people have to be receptive to that as well. So the main thing is start. Be okay with messing up. Have a good support system. And always look at the good and the bad in what you did. Don't always look at the bad. Like is there always good in something that you did? Period.
Okay. Have you ever invested in a stream of income that it didn't pan out or it didn't work out, or you just was like, this is not for me?
Oh yeah. First, I think everybody, you got the crypto thing. I probably put in
I knew you was gonna say Forex.
The crazy thing, I grabbed a screen. I'm gonna shed a tear. So I'm in there now. I'm going to the thing, and I had a hot streak on everything. Everything was going great. I mean, money hand over fist, good thing. So I'm like, everything I've touched. My man's like, yo, you ever checked out this? So I usually do the safe trades, the Walmart's, McDonald's. That's unguaranteed. I'm like, I'm about to get on this crypto thing. And I put in about like 10,000, right? Man, I only got about 1,500 right now. But
oh damn.
Yeah. But when I put it in, I put it in on Dogecoin and something else, and it went from 13 cents to like 70. And I should have got out then, but I'm being greedy. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait till after my Vegas trip. So I'm out spending money. I thought I was gonna be there. Oh, man, I'm on a flight back. I look back, that thing done dropped from 70 cents to like 9. Everything red. So that was a learning lesson. I mean, stuff happens. So you take it, you keep it moving. The other thing that I invested in that I can't even say I lost money on it yet because I didn't do everything I needed to do was I was gonna do a lounge. I wanted to do a lounge, and in my mind, it's like, oh, that's easy. Do a hookah lounge. You don't do this, that, and the third. I'm buying hookahs and we're doing all this stuff. We're coming out with theme nights and go get the LLC. I got the paperwork and all that stuff, paying for this, paying for that. And it wasn't until, we're looking at spaces, and the guy was like, yeah, you're going to have to get this special ventilation. I'm like, huh? Nah. He said, yeah, it's a new law that came in play in North Carolina. So I'm like, and I got like 5 dudes that's HVAC guys. So I'm like, all right, let me check. So I'm to call my man, like, yo, how much you'll charge me if we got this space to put this in here? He said, oh man, I can't even touch that. What you mean? He's like, and that's something new. Like, you gotta go through certain companies. They kind of monopolized it. So, man, he go through the research
to make money.
Maybe talking about it was $250,000. $250,000. So
250,000 to do the ventilation.
for the hookahs, yeah. And if you notice, like at a couple like near the end of COVID, a lot of places that was doing hookah, if you notice, a lot of stuff was outside. You couldn't do the hookah inside. So that's when they passed that new law. So it was real. And if you don't do it, you're gonna get a hell of a fine. So I put in a good amount of money to start that, and I'm at a standstill because I don't got $250,000 for you, baby. So
Right.
Yeah, that's a
we was
lot.
gonna
And I
say,
guess that goes back into that, you got to do your research on
yeah,
stuff before you really like dive
that's a
in.
fact. And that's me not looking at, because regulation stuff change year in, year
All
out.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
And
the whole problem with it, because that was my whole thing, the whole hookah thing. Yes, James, I'm the hookah god.
He said Shanice came back on that screen when the hookah combo
right?
came up.
But they like everybody was going real hard on that. I had my smoke shisha, all of that, and then they
Yeah,
came out with that ventilation law, and it really is like
yeah.
50 and up.
It hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting there. I'll be making, like, just now before we got on, I'm sitting about to make some shirts, and I'm looking at my whole portfolio I had for the business, and I can't do nothing with it right now. And it's like
Yeah.
driving me crazy. So I'm like, this is guaranteed money. I said, but a quarter, and they ain't no payments. They want all that up front. I'm like, man, all right. So I'm gonna find a way. We're gonna find a way. I just got to do everything else, and I'm gonna find a way to get it, or I'm gonna find a loophole. We're gonna find some way to get it, make it happen.
I know
But
that's right.
They do a lot
but
of these business grants.
yeah, oh man, that junk is so what, man. It's so crazy
You have
because
to pay someone else to do it.
yeah, and that's what I did recently, because I'm submitting my things left and right. I'm talking day in and day out. We'll let you know in 2 weeks, but it's been 2 years. There was another one. You have to be then down here. You got to be nonprofit, like, for most of the stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't that many nonprofits down here for you. Y'all giving away all this money, so it's like, or I had to do this. I got to jump through this loophole. Got to jump through this hoop. Got to do that.
Yeah.
And you get to the point where you like, I'm spending more time reading and trying to figure out what I qualify for when I don't. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna come back to the drawing board when I finish everything else, and hopefully something might blow, and I'm not worried about that. But them grants are good, but you got people who don't got businesses applying for them, so they got to sift through that. I mean, it's a tough thing. And then with the whole PPP thing, like, they're so thorough, and they take the one I just applied for probably like 2 weeks ago. It takes, I forgot what the email said, probably like 3 weeks just to get like a number, and then they go through another little arbitration thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Due to the pandemic, they're not just giving those out no more.
The pandemic bred a whole lot of scammers.
What was that company in that message I sent y'all? Get Money ENT or something?
Never broke, always getting money entertainment.
Money ain't a problem. Money ain't a problem. Entertainment.
Yeah. They be,
oh man,
that investigative report was crazy on them PPP loans.
man, they was wild. They was wild, and I'm like,
I was mad that I didn't get one, but now that I see that they can still come after you for up to 10 years, I'm glad that I didn't indulge.
I mean, but if you had a legitimate business,
that's my biggest regret. I still wish I would have did it.
I mean, hey, yeah, you could. I mean, you could, and from what I understand, because I got a couple of family members that work for the IRS and stuff like that. It's like, as long as you ain't go crazy, if you did 40,000, 50,000, ain't nobody gonna buy you. It's the ones that got 2 million,
millions and millions. Yeah,
that's the ones who they need to be going after. Honestly,
that's the ones they got.
Companies.
They slaying the ones that got the million. Like, I mean, homegirl had like 2 Ferraris, $1 million house. She started a business. Like, she started a business with it, but when she took out the loan, she had a business. So yeah, they got her. Man, they got a ton of people that take millions. I literally haven't seen anybody that took 80,000.
Yeah.
It was the ones that got crazy with it. That's all. And them the ones they gonna look for you, the greedy ones. You hanging yourself. Like, how you make $40,000 a year? You don't got no business in sight, and you need $2 million for Smoke.com or whatever they done came up with.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was low key hoping that monkeypox turned into a thing for real because
I wasn't.
Scam. I was gonna get an appointment. I was gonna get a PPP. I was getting all this shit, and then they talked about monkeypox for a month, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, it just vanished into thin air.
I'm tight. Like I was ready for this shit to shut down.
I mean,
A lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, I mean the loans was cool, but it felt like a horror movie going outside. Like there ain't nobody outside, you know. Then and then that line of work, that's when my personal trainer was at its highest. You got people paranoid, and it was tough. Then people you got the authorities coming by the gym, making sure I got proper space. And it was cool for the money, but it was a headache a little bit. It was a headache a little.
I had fun during the pandemic. I don't know what y'all talk about. I just wish I would have got the funds.
You had fun in your house though, right?
Yeah, but that was fun. I got to watch Game of Thrones. Shit that I would have never had time to do because the work I was able to do. So give me a year of the pandemic with a PPP. I'm here for it.
I mean, you can definitely stack that, bro. I will say, I think I'm that way because I'm an outdoor. I'm not a homebody. My only reason to be at home is to go to sleep or I'm throwing a party. Really, that's my process. I like to be out and about doing stuff. But I did start watching stuff. Like I watched all the seasons of what's this stuff called? I watched the Bridgerton thing. People have me watching Power. I watched like all the Power.
Yeah, it was like time for TV.
Yeah, I was so on the go. Like my wife thought, you've seen such and such. I haven't. The last TV show I probably watched prior to that, I think might have been like really watch was I can't even think. Maybe like the Steve Harvey show.
You better get ready to be in the house when that baby come. You're gonna be in that house.
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. Now, but that's a different in the house. That's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna work that out. But now I'm gonna get hip to all these crazy little cartoons that got going on. But I'm gonna put them on to like DuckTales and Tailspin.
Yeah, you gotta throw them
Alvin and the Chipmunk. Because these little cartoons be crazy. I'm like, Rugrats all day. Yeah. So I mean, so this time in the house will be a little bit different. You know, I'm gonna look at this as crazy.
Hey, baby daddy.
Oh, we shouting out baby dads now. Okay, meet us on
Patreon. Meet us backstage.
Someone in the comments said my baby mama.
So about the hookah lounge, you don't need ventilation outside, right?
No, you don't. I mean, and we really brainstorm about doing that. However, you know, it don't get super cold in Charlotte, but it get cold enough to where, you know, the pretty women ain't gonna want to be sitting out there freezing like that, smoking a hookah.
Right. I don't think, hookah.
You know,
no, do not.
It was one way to go around it, and it's a thought because you know, like a lot of like you know how like 1501, it's a. So it's a
when it got too cold, I was not going there.
But it's like a garage, so it has a garage door that comes up. So technically, what we could do is have it there, but you gotta have, as long as you have the door open at some point and it's not closed, you can get away with it. You know, but it still bring a draft. And I'm like, you know, but we can get the little portable, you know, the nice fancy portable heaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the outdoor heaters is definitely a vibe.
The outdoor heater and the ambiance.
If you make it like a vibe with the heaters and like, you know, fire pits and stuff, I'm sure you can pull it off. People will sit outside. People be wanting
blankets.
Yeah. I don't know if I want people at the lounge in blankets though.
Make them be the lounge.
It's a little intimate vibe.
Promote your businesses on the blankets and still making it part of the vibe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
I mean, you know what?
It's for the women. I don't want to see no men in no blanket.
The men gotta freeze. You gotta suck that shit up. Bucket.
Now, you know what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? The men gonna try to get on the blanket with you. They're like, let me get on the blanket with you.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I like that. You know, I like that. I like that. You know, that's a good idea.
Created a whole little vibe.
That's a whole little vibe. So you got. Then I had the whole. Then I got the prolific hat. I got the prolific hats that all the people are gonna wear there. So that's because it's gonna be prolific lounge and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
We
You know,
want
if I make it work, I'll do a 5% idea fee. You like 5%.
Yes,
We want
we go
8%.
then.
5 too low. We want 8%.
We
You
gotta
want
we
8%?
businessmen, but we
Okay,
gotta negotiate.
okay. That okay. 8%. That is New York tax act 8.25.
Yeah, we need that. We need
I
that.
bet. No, but that's one payment. They're gonna be residual. It's not
Oh,
gonna.
because I see now it's gonna be off of your net income for the next 3 to 5 years.
We need residuals.
That should be
I need my passive income coming off this idea that I gave you. You see?
okay. How about okay? If I do that and I make on a yearly basis more than 8% profit each year increase, we can make that deal.
That is the increase. I never agreed to that. Talk to me backstage.
All right.
All right, so let's get into the hot seat.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got something spicy.
I have a mild, spicy hot seat question.
Mild spice. You know, I think I'm gonna take somebody.
Before we get to the hot seat, though, Brandon, we gotta ask you because we ask every man who comes on the show.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
If you like a little nipple play in the bedroom or not?
Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
Do you like a little nipple play?
Nipple play.
Do you like to get your nipples licked
or pinched?
Oh, yeah. Nah, not pinch. I'm not in, and I'm not pinched. That'd be licked. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're like 7 and 1 with this.
I think we're like 50-50 though. I think it's like 50.
Really?
It's not high enough yet for me.
I think more definitely said yes.
No, Shanice.
Yeah.
Only been like 2 people who said no.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, that's. Yeah, now you're not gonna pinch him, nah. I'm like, that's gonna kill him. We gotta get up. Nah, so.
All right, but a little lick and a little flick and a little touch is okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Kind of 80% with that. So my hot seat question is: you're in a relationship or a marriage, and your significant other has kids prior to you, and they go on family vacations with their kid and their kid's other parents, but you can't go. Are you with it or not?
Whoa, that's man.
That's so funny you asked me. And me and one of my homegirls was just talking about this because I guess Will Smith and Jada used to do this.
Yeah,
Will Smith used to go on vacation with his ex-wife without Jada.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Nah.
That's a no for me.
Nah. I mean, one, I'm cool. I'm all about being in a baby's life forever. Why can't I go though? Yeah, I can go and be somewhere else or whatever. Y'all can still have, whatever going on. But the fact that I can't go, that's kind of sketchy to me.
Okay.
This is why I need an obituary.
Yeah. Why? Why you need an obituary?
Death to baby
mama. If you got a kid, your baby mom has to be gone to the upper room.
Wow. That's rough right there. That's rough.
Cause that's some bullshit. Like, what y'all going on vacation? Why I can't come? Y'all must have lost your damn mind.
That would be my issue. The fact that I can't come. I mean, if you want to go vacation, I'm going. I mean, and then whatever. But I have to have the option to go.
If I don't want to go, but I'm going.
The minute you tell me I can't go, okay, you're up to something.
Yeah.
Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Right, Tori. It's a fuck no for me.
Yeah.
What about you ladies over here on the side?
It's a no. You can't tell me I can't go. Like, we're in a committed relationship. You want me to stay home while you pack up with the kids and your ex and y'all go on vacation.
Yeah, it's like you playing house.
Exactly. You're playing double house. Fuck out of here.
Nah.
The only way I might do it and fuck with it is if the kid is like really little and still processing, like y'all not being together. But even then, like, fuck that. I'm coming. Like,
no, I don't care what's going on. No.
Putting your foot down. It's a no. Okay.
Yeah, because then what's gonna happen is they're gonna use that excuse for like 2-3 years. Nah. Nah.
Right. Like you already probably sneaking off fucking this bitch locally in town. Now you got the nerve to try to have a trip. Y'all want a trip?
Tori said, "No worries. While y'all gone, I'm gonna run to my baby dad's house real quick." Oh Lord, they gonna cancel that trip early. Now you know men cannot handle that.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's definitely a fact. Yeah. No, the crazy thing about it is I had, it's a situation like that I knew, and my man, oh man, I said, bro, but you did such and such. Man, we're not talking about that right now. I can't believe you did that.
They don't never want to talk about that.
I said, man, you gotta roll them punches. I ain't never thought you would. My man couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. My man was Lenny Williams. My man was in fetal position. My boy was in the dark. It was crazy.
Damn.
It was crazy. But and I tell my friend, I'm like, man, you gotta be able to roll with the punches, man. You gotta take that. And you're right. And most dudes cannot take it.
Yeah, he probably started it. He started it.
Yeah, a nigga walk a straight line. Then most of them walk a straight line after that.
For a little bit.
Okay, for a little bit. I ain't say forever.
What you got for us, Treese?
My hot seat question is I have two. So the first one is, what do we think about couples sharing social media pages?
Oh, I thought we talked about this. It's big dumb and corny, and giving one of y'all cheated, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. No thanks.
I just feel like no healthy relationship is going to say, let's have a social media together. Like that has to be triggered from something else that happened.
Underlying issues.
Yeah.
Underlying issues.
What I will say, to play devil's advocate, right? The TikTok with the couples, I think those are super adorable. Like they have a joint TikTok together and they do like the videos and they, in the life of the couples. I think it's cute.
Okay, I got a question because I'm not on TikTok. TikTok? I'm sorry.
Y'all really set this camera up and said, "Okay, we about to do this. Take one." Hey, fuck out of here. I hate them. Don't ever do it, Shanice. If you do it, it's don't.
You know she is. She already getting it ready,
bro. Not going into this shit.
Does TikTok have DMs? Because that's the issue. Like I feel like they do have DMs on TikTok.
Yeah, they got DMs.
Oh God.
I'm with you. I ain't doing them. It's cool for other people to do them. We not doing them. I wish you would, but I could get in front of me, start dancing on it. Nah, sit down. Sit your butt down. You can scroll through them. We not doing no. We're not doing that.
I feel like if you invite your bae onto your TikTok every once in a while, cool. But y'all have one where y'all really sitting out planning content and
that's all they do. Yeah. To me, and I gotta get a lot of flack from some of my guys here. I'm like, I see we do it like you say, once in the blue is cool. All the time, to me, it's corny and cheesy. To me, it's just like, to me, it's a fake. It's not. To me, you're overcompensating for something, for something else. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree.
So like that's just like people who take photos every day, bae this, bae that. Like, you do not love each other every day. There's somebody. I'm just keeping 100. Like
for real.
Like for real. Like like me and my wife, we've been together 20 years, right? So I think we've probably had 50 pictures together, 50 or 60 on social media. And it's not intentional, but it's really spur of the moment type of thing. Mm-hmm. And I sit and I see people taking pictures every single day. I'm like, bro, y'all probably really just hate each other, miserable or something. I don't know. But you cannot carve out this much.
Overcompensating. A lot of overcompensating.
And I tell people, our relationship ain't perfect. Some days she want to kill me. Some days I want to kill her. I love her to death, but we're not doing this. Hey, babe, in it. I said, you know nothing about me other than I got a lot of different jobs. Like, I got a wife, but you don't know nothing else. Like,
right.
You don't know how we doing today, which that's the way I like it. But
it leaves it to, when you start doing that, it leaves it up to too much interpretation. Like, oh, they didn't post, something must be going on.
Right, I'm wrong.
Trouble in paradise.
Then you gonna get DM. You ain't DM. Y'all ain't have y'all 3:00 post. What's going on? I'm just saying, you know how that go. You know, they don't post. You know, they probably mad. They ain't post together. They ain't talking, and that's. And I've learned niggas be lurking. Women be too. They pay attention, especially somebody they got a keen interest in. Oh wait a minute, he or she ain't do that. Let me check and see what's going on with them.
For sure.
Or don't be the ones that.
Good morning, beautiful, real quick. Good morning,
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah,
Grand Rising.
right.
Tracy, what's your other hot seat question?
My other hot seat question was, okay, so ladies, have you ever dressed up for your guy? And Brandon, the question to you is, do you like or would you want your woman to like dress up or play? What do they call it? Like role play?
Role play. Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's done it a few times. The
Mhm.
first time, I gonna lie, and I probably messed it up because she did it, and I'm a goofy person. So she did, I'm like, "What you doing?" And she about cursing me out.
I would have cursed your ass out.
I was like,
That really ruined the whole vibe.
I mean, it was my plus I was drinking too at that point, so I'm just, I'm like in my little zone. She come out the room, and I was listening to music, come out the room, and the next day I'm like, "What you doing? What you about to do?" And yeah, I messed it up a little bit.
I would have dressed up for you for the next 10 years. Fuck you, what am I doing?
Yeah, it would have been
Trust
over.
me, it was a good year or two, I think. Before. It was a year or two.
Yeah,
But
I'm definitely here for dressing up and role
Yeah.
play, all of that. But if you give me one time, you act like you ain't here for it or something like that, it's over. I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna feel rejected. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen. But I'm definitely here for it.
But it wasn't a
Trees.
rejection, it just caught me off guard. I mean, after, I'm like, "Nah, baby, we good, we cool." But yeah, I kind of messed up the initial, So I had to be aware of surprises now, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Trees.
I've never like done that. I did the naked thing in the trench coat. That's about it.
I mean,
You
That's
gotta get
close.
some outfits,
That's
girl.
close.
Work on that.
Using your boomerang thing, okay? All right.
That's what I was going to say. Like, but we both, it's so silly. He had so many questions. Like, you got out of the house in that. Like,
Yeah, I can only imagine what he would say. I'll be like crying
to
in the
where
group
it
chat.
was like, never mind.
But you gotta,
Something he had.
but you gotta think about it, especially the first time. Like most of us men, like especially like if we're just going through, like we're just used to a routine of probably you not doing it, of course. So when you do, like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? Like you're trying to process what's going on. Then once we
Right.
process, we good. But during that process, y'all haul things like, you know what,
Right.
you ain't getting it.
So you think it's best to like maybe not surprise them with the role play or dressing up, like maybe talk about it first?
Nah, this
Like,
what I say. So this what I told my wife to do. I said, look, like I love music. I love R&B music. I'm like, yo, when you get ready to do something like that, like yo, I'll be right back. And then change the music.
Set the mood.
Or put a
Okay,
little,
set the tone.
like, I mean, he's getting killed right now in the world, but his music is his music. So put on like Seems Like You're Ready, R. Kelly, something of that nature.
Still in my playlist.
Oh,
our
I mean,
playlist is lit. As
I
a
mean,
matter
I
of
mean,
fact,
that's that. But I would say do that. I mean, then turn the lights down a little bit. So then he's like, okay, what's going on here? So they can kind of like, compare a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Something like that.
Set the mood, ladies, and lotion your
Yeah.
ass cracks.
Make sure
Definitely.
that.
Heavy oil. I want you glistening.
Okay, get the baby oil gel. Fuck the lotion.
Yo,
Just
that's
the baby
the
oil
joint.
gel.
Hey, I got something. That's the best thing out right there. That baby oil, Johnson.
That was a little tip. The baby, not the actual baby oil. Get the baby oil
The gel. A
Mhm.
drop will go so far.
Yes, I got
right.
it.
Man, that thing is the truth. Yeah.
Shanice, you never have a question for us. Do you have a hot seat question
No,
after
I don't.
39 weeks of us doing this?
You know I don't. I don't have.
Why not?
Have any hot seat questions.
Hey, Denise, make an exception for your childhood friend. Let me get one.
Please.
I
don't
I'm
know.
terrible
Well,
with these hot
we've
seats. Okay,
known each
Brandon,
other
you go
since-
first, and then I'm gonna think of one.
Well, I said me go first. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
but I was working on my plea case for you to do it. But okay, all right. Let's see. at this day and age, right? What do y'all think of one night stands? Is that an absolute no, or it just depends?
It depends. I don't think it's an absolute no. I don't think it ever should have been an absolute no. I think it depends. People really shouldn't dive into what others think about one night stands and take that vibe and that energy that you're having in that moment and live in that moment. Just live in that moment.
I agree. I don't think it's an absolute no, but what if it was fire? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what I always think of. Like, if you have, because in order to have a one night stand, to me, y'all had to have like a banging vibe. You know what I'm saying? On the day you were really feeling this person, and so it's like, oh, I gotta give you this pussy, but then he gives you fire dick, and then I'm never gonna get it again. Like, it's just.
Then you gotta amend that arrangement. You gotta amend that arrangement. Now it goes to a.
Okay, so it started out as one night stand, but now you the sneaky link or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a one night stand. You do what you want to do after that. The reason that, so I preface that by
like sex on the first night.
Yeah, so like
okay, so not really a one night stand, but you gave up the buns on the first date.
No, it's one night stand. Like you out and about, you out in the club, out in the lounge, whatever, vibing, and that happens. So like the reason I asked that question, so I got a lot of girl cousins. So anyway, my cousin, she was like, I like the guy and I wanted it, but I don't want them to think less. And I was like, I'm gonna tell you as from a guy's point of view. Me personally, I can't speak for every guy. I was like, I don't look less. I don't look first. Me personally, I don't look less of you. You like we're grown. You know what you want. This, that, and the third. I'm like, and you shouldn't worry about what nobody else thinks. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, go. Live in the moment, cherish the moment. If that's what you want to do what you do. I said you shouldn't second guess. To me, a gut feeling or intuition or desire to do. That's just my thing. So that's why I asked that question.
Yeah. In the comments they said it's too many diseases. Show me your mic chart. But I mean, you don't gotta have sex raw on the one night stand.
Right.
Wrap it the fuck up. And James said if the vibe were all grown. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not like totally against it, but I just feel like if it's fire and I'm gonna want it again, therein lies the problem.
I feel like as women, we kind of like know when we meet a guy if we want to go there or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
You don't think you could do it?
No, because I just feel like if you fuck me good, like I'm gonna want to do it again. So I'm gonna be mad.
Home. I'm stalking your social media. I'm like,
right.
What the fuck? Like, why this nigga
the first time?
Well, then was my pussy. It was giving. You was moaning. You was. You know what? I got a lot of questions.
I got so many questions.
I at least want you to want to fuck me again, and I turn you down. Not you just fuck me and disappear. Like,
definitely giving it's my dick and I want it now. Tori.
Yeah, I was getting my hair done, and this girl was saying that like it was this dude. He was after her. He was like wanting to fuck with her for a minute, and like she finally gave in, and then. Yeah, he was just like ghosted her, and I'm like, if that shit would have happened to me, I would have been ready to like spaz.
I'm burning something down. Not you was chasing me forever. I finally fucked you, and then you never hit me again.
Because it's really some dudes out here, like my boy cousins, they would be like, yeah, like she
to get her off my hit list.
Like she owe me, yeah. Like she played games for these years. Like once I'm gonna fuck her and I'm never gonna hit her again.
That's terrible.
I've definitely heard that before.
And this is why people's tires get slashed. This is why people be acting stupid. Cause like the fuck.
Yeah, no, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that a few times, but I've heard that on both ends. I heard that from men, and I heard that from women too.
Yeah.
So like,
if it happened with the dude, it just mean that he had a little dick.
It just means it wasn't giving.
If he ghosted her, it was trash. We always spin the block, is what James says. Dang.
Maybe.
Okay. So I guess it's not really. I guess mine is mild. But Brandon, you're married. You've been with your wife 20 years. So ladies, get in the mindset that you're married, okay? And your husband or your wife come to you and they are now interested in a poly type of situation. So Brandon, are you down for that?
Nah.
Would you be in?
We knew as a man he was gonna say no. Men be down with poly until it means somebody gotta fuck your girl. Then it's like, what?
That's not gonna work well in my mind.
That's the no.
My spirit, nothing like that. I mean, and on like, yeah, that's not gonna work at all. If she even nah, the hell, man. Yeah, that can't work at all. Period.
Okay. Treese, would you? Your husband.
No.
Let's open up this marriage. No?
Nope, I'm not doing it because it's gonna be for his benefit. Like he's not gonna be like, oh, you can mess with other guys. Like that's just
probably
not
it goes both ways. Like
it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
That's what they say, but
until they choke the fuck out of you. Like, you really fucked him? What do you mean?
Did you suck his dick?
Enemy, did you suck his dick? Right,
Trish? Always want, did you suck his dick?
Right. Nah.
James, did you mean to say you definitely can't witness another man fucking your woman? I know that
he
can't.
James is down for it.
Definitely meant
he meant can't.
He definitely can't. He's definitely for it, ladies. James is for the poly relationship.
So they have me convinced.
No, Tori.
That the poly life is what it is.
That's definitely
ain't nothing wrong with eating coochie trees. Get over that fear.
That's definitely
telling you to get over that fear. That's fucking hilarious.
Let me find out, Tori. But no thanks. Yeah, no, it's a no for me. I thought about it for a minute. Like, during the pandemic, they had me on Clubhouse convinced that poly is where it is. And I was like, oh, I have to try this shit. No. I think I think you had to have started out with that mindset. We're so trained, although we don't possess people, we're so possessive over people. It's just natural. So the thought of that's why I can't even do a threesome, because like, I don't want you to give her mid, but I don't want you to give her great. And so then it's like, I just can't do it. No thanks.
This guy hit me up recently and he was like, that he was into poly. And I was like, okay, so are you in a poly relationship? Like, I just, became very inquisitive. And so he was like, no, but I know I could have a good poly relationship. And I was like, okay, so does that mean that I could talk to other guys? And he was like, nah, I mean, you could just be single for all that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He shut that shit down immediately.
So, and I've learned just listening, because that like poly's become the new like little wave, but it's most people who explain it, it's only in the benefit of them. So like a lot of guys out here say that they just, me and two girls. I said, what if she want to do? No, that's not, to me. Like I said, it got to be both ways. Nah, I can't do that. I said, bro, that's what a poly is. It has to go both ways. And I'm like, I can't do. I said, me personally, like, I'm with you. I never had a threesome, never really desired to. One, that's just too much work to do. I focus. I like to focus. You gotta go between it, and then you run into the risk of one may feel neglected over the other, and then they get their feelings. You can't erase the human element. And then you might vibe, like just naturally have a connection over the other, vice versa. Nah, we good. We're not even going. That's a setup for failure. Period. Yeah, to me, and like you said, we weren't programmed that way. Now, if we grew up in Africa where they got 9 wives already, and that was the thing, I think that can really work, and that really works for them. But the way our society has brought us up, it can't work, and it's. I mean, the success rate will be very, very low. I'm pretty certain if you go both ways.
There is a good side to it though. Like, you can get a break. Let her suck your dick. I don't want to do it. Like, let her go mess with her while I'm sick. You can leave me alone.
But then what do you do when you ain't sick? And he like, And now you stay off for a couple more days. Yeah, I'm gonna go with
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Then what
it's, like,
you
it's
gonna
all
do?
good until you in your feelings. Like, you be cool with
Right,
the break until you don't want the break, but then it's her day. So now you still in your feels because
right.
you can't have nobody. So it's just you and Mr. Rose. No, thank you.
Right.
Right. Oh, Tori said threesome with 2 men. I thought about this. A lot of women want to get. I
Double
think that's supposed to be double penetration, yes, but ashamed to admit it.
Nah, I don't want no double penetration.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, you do want that? Okay. The butt plug in the the butt plug that opened you up. Okay.
All right, and now heavy on the playlist. All right, this is a segment of the show, Brandon, where we give what's heavy on our playlist. What are we listening to? What are you listening to?
Me, man, I'm listening to heavy R&B. So like I got a whole Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Maxwell. Maxwell, my guy.
Oh,
So I
send
got
that to me.
I got a huge mix with those three. Of course, I got sprinkled in some Joe here. I just love that '90s R&B.
Yes. It's so
Most recently, I
Yeah.
just listened to Babyface first album. So like that's like when I say that's a whole another feel. Like that's what I work out to. I work out to R&B music. Like you get into a zone. Like there is nothing another like feel when you hear music than that '90s R&B. Period.
Right.
Period.
Well, we don't gotta have you shout out your business unless you want to just. I would just say drop your website again for the listeners. Drop your IG and all the stuff that you got going on.
yeah, we'll make sure to link it in the bio.
All right. So the IG is T is in Tom ZOJ _, built different BUILT DIFFERENT, as well as my other one, Prolific Press, that is at Prolific with a K _press PRESS, and the website is www.theprolificlifestyle.com. And if y'all interested, Friday I'm having actually a 3rd anniversary party at Temple Bar and Lounge. Cool little situation got going on there. I have drinks and all that type of stuff. So come by. I have y'all some shirts and stuff ready and everything.
All right, yeah, me and my homegirl might pop through after the Jeezy. I'm going to the Jeezy on Friday.
I know we talked about it. I wanted to go to Jeezy, but I done seen him a few times, so I'm straight. But yeah, come through.
All right. Heavy on my playlist is that KD3.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that.
Why did Nas drop that banger on us like that? Like that is a classic, a masterpiece, a straight through from the beginning to the end, no skits. He did that. I love it.
Now,
Yes.
Kings of D's is definitely dope. Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely like that. That is also heavy on my playlist. Y'all know I love me some Nasir Jones, and KD3 is definitely like that. It's just no skips, a whole bunch of bangers. It reminded me of like back in the day Nas. So
yes,
I'm here for it. And I'm also listening to that Glorilla EP. Surprisingly, I like it. Once I got used to like her tone of voice, because it's just
I like her voice.
very aggressive. Like it's aggressive. But I like it. She's spitting some shit. She got some hits on there. So I've been listening to that in the middle of listening to that KD3.
Okay. I've been on my Pandora shuffle, but on my hit list has been that Glorilla because I keep hearing about it. So I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. But y'all know I'm an R&B person as well.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna say some Teddy Pendergrass or something like that.
That's my
All
jam.
of them.
Teddy P.
Y'all know how I do.
Gotta have a Teddy P.
But I was definitely just yesterday like, yo, I gotta listen to her whole EP. I heard a couple songs, so she's definitely on my hit list. But I'm heavy on my Pandora.
Yeah, you gotta listen to it, Shanice.
Transparent moment. I thought, and Glorilla was a guy. I never
What?
heard. I haven't heard any. I haven't heard any music. I haven't heard anything like to hear the term.
We got 99 problems and the biggest one
Yeah.
is me.
I'm gonna have to check her out then and see what she's
Yes,
Well,
working.
I know you heard F&F, Brandon.
Man, I when I say I be on my old school R&B, I was listening to Marvin Steve this morning in the gym.
Oh,
Yeah. I haven't heard anything like I don't listen to the radio. If I do, I mean it might be like the old R&B like 101.9. So yeah, I'm behind on a lot of the music. If it ain't, I was that for like now.
Yeah, you gotta listen to her and Nas, and
Oh no, the Nas I heard. The Nas, I make sure I'm up to date on that. Like my guy, like Nas dropped some, Jeezy, Hove, them they dropped some. I'm up on them.
You on it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up on them.
Well, we thank you so much for joining us this week.
I thank y'all for having me. It was great.
Thanks,
Thank
Brandon.
you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Good
All right.
night. All right, ladies. Shout out your socials and where they can find you.
I'll go first. If you're here, thank you for being on my page, Latrice Slade on Facebook. If you're listening on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, you can add me on Facebook where we go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You can also follow me on Instagram, Glow Gang OG, and Snapchat Trio 585.
I am the #1 Mia on Instagram. I am Mia the Stallion on Twitter. So make sure you follow me.
All righty. You can find me on Facebook, Shanice Wright. You can find me on Instagram, Shanice L.W. I'm heavy on the snap. Shake It Fast 007. I know. And you can find us on TikTok, Girl Talk GG. We love y'all for loving us, and we will see y'all next week.
Ow. Oh, it's taking a minute.
Me and Shanice sitting here